Keep believing in yourself, and wonderful things are sure to happen.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another live stream. Today we are on Dreamlight Valley. We don't need our thing up. Right, let me go on to the stream so I can see all the information that we do very much need to know. Make it so I can see the chat very nicely. Right, there we go. So, today we've got to go to the floating island event. Have I done my voting on the dream snaps? No, we haven't. Okay. So we're just going to very quickly vote on these. Do this event first because this is the easiest event. And then we'll go over to the floating island, in which I am actually told is maybe a little bit more difficult than we would like. I know last week I said, or it might have been in the video that I made, I said that I was going to do some more gathering of materials. I haven't done that, so we need to play this a little bit more this week because I've not got anywhere near enough of this springy bamboo because I've just not played it. Good afternoon, Fluky Gamer. Welcome to the stream. I hope you are having fun. Right, so let's collect all of this springy bamboo. See what we can get. See what we can do. So, what's this? Oh, 20 springy bamboo is what we need. I've got 7, so we'll work on it. And before we go and do the quiz thing that I'm told we need to do, I could do with feeding the capybara. If I can find it. Memories. Memory. Right. Let me actually close that. Right. Events. Right. So today is Tuesday, so it's going to be an orange house leak again. So we'll go and get that, and then we will have a look on if we can do the quiz things that we need to do. I'm not actually entirely sure what we need to do for it, but whatever it is, I'm told that it's not very easy. And it might take us a few tries, but we are going to do it, even if I have to cheat to get the answers. No, we will try and not cheat, we will do it properly. Well, let me grab an orange house leak. And we'll go over to the events. Teleport to the events. Okay, right. So where is the capybara that we need to feed? Last time we saw said capybara, it was over here. There we go. Approach, right. So it should have a orange house leak. This is the one which I'm pretty sure we can do. In terms of the puzzles, because I think we only need like 1 or 2 more after this. Okay, so we've got a third one. So we just need to do that one once more. And then let me have a look at the puzzles. So we've got 2 puzzles with the bottom. So one's the springy bamboo one. One's the capybara. And then there's one to do with a flower and one to do with somewhere you're going to go to. So let's have a look around. What do we have? So we don't need the curious lab. Oh, hang on. There's 2 arrows now there. Okay. But we're also looking for a flower. This flower. Talk. Well, hello there, Corey. Welcome to the Springtime Floating Festival. Could I interest you in a little quiz about our beautiful island? There's a reward for you at the end if you get every question right. Okay. How many golden gnomes are on the floating island? 9. Okay, next question. Which flower type is eaten by the critter on Fridays? Rising for this one. I should note these now, shouldn't I? Which tree is often seen in the area of the island themed after Mulan's house? Some magnolia. The red rose trees do not come in which shape? Spades. How many teapot spouts are there on the island? 8, I don't know. Remarkably, we got some wrong. Right, should we do this properly? Right. So we know it's definitely magnolia. Right. Collection. Memories. Fridays is hydrangeas. Right. Okay. I'm going to put some in chat. So, Friday hydrangea. So, Fridays is hydrangea. There's a gnome there. Oh, there's a... Really? Are they hiding? Why do they have to hide the gnomes? Right, okay. I think I've found 3 so far. It's either 9, 10 or 11, so... Oh, there's a 4th there, right. Number 5 there. Do we have any over here? Oh, yep, number 6. And we have a 7th gnome just in the corner there. So that's important to know. So we've got 7 so far, and we've not even gone this out. Have I got that one? I think I've got that one. 7, 8, 9. Okay, I think there's 9. I'm guessing there's 9. 10. I think it's 10 gnomes. I'm ready for the quiz. There's 10 gnomes. Which flower is hydrangea? Which tree is often seen in the area of the island is magnolia? Oh, the red rose trees do not come in which shape? I didn't check that one. Diamonds. How many teapot spouts are on the island? 8. Okay. Great. So, annoyingly, the weather's got a bit awkward. Right. So there's hearts and spades, so it's got to be diamonds. Is the one that doesn't appear. If we are guessing that it's 10 on the gnomes, if we're accurate on that, we can figure this out. So if we say there's definitely 10, there's hydrangea, they're magnolias, they don't come in diamonds, We did 8 last night, so let's do 9. Okay. So, right, we're going on 10 gnomes, which I'm feeling might be wrong now. $10. Oh. Okay, the gnomes must be wrong then. The gnome... Okay, right. We're just going to try something because someone in the room has just pulled me up on something. So we're going to just run through this. No, okay. So yeah, the gnomes is wrong. So let's go back to the start and we'll figure the gnomes out again. So right, there's a gnome there. So we've got 1 there. Is there any gnomes anywhere there? No. Right. Okay. Right, so we've got 1 in the corner over there. There's 1 hiding there. So that's 2. And then 3. So I reckon it's 11 then. Actually. I reckon it's 11 gnomes. Right, okay. So there's 11 gnomes then. It's hydrangeas. We know it's magnolia. We know it's diamonds. So we're going 11 gnomes again. Okay, right. I'm hoping we're not going to just spend 2 hours doing this. Yay! So it was 11 gnomes and 10 spouts. Well, you're a real expert. Here's your prize. Yeah, I'm definitely an expert. Definitely didn't just fluke that the whole way. Cheerful garden gnome. Right, so we've got that. So where's the other puzzle? Oh, so the other puzzle is the right hand arrow. So I'm hoping we don't have to go back through the labyrinth. Right, talk. The flower whispers to you in a petal soft voice. Don't let the Queen of Hearts guard see you, and you'll make it through the maze just fine. Okay, right, we've got through that one. Oh, we need to get to there. Right. So we can't go through there at all. So we've got to go this way, I'm guessing. Which means we're going to have to go this way. Oh, no. How are you meant to... So I guess we need to follow this round very carefully to not get caught in the gaze of the gods. I hate quests like this. Right, I'm completely lost as to where I'm meant to be going as well now. Right, hang on. I know we don't need to be at the centre because that's not where the chest was. So I guess we need to go through this way. Right. If we go up here... What? Okay. We're going to have to go back through here and then wait for that. Oh, I hate these. Right, so then we're going to have to go this way. Let me wait to the side. I took a wrong turning. I think. Hang on, no. We can go around here. Right, where do we need to be? Where is the chest that we need? Right. So that's where we started. Why do these have to go all the way to the end? What is the need? Okay, right, we'll go up there. Oh my, what? Where do I need to be? I don't like mazes. Right, where do I need to be? Right, let's follow this. Welcome to everyone that is joining the stream. I didn't know where I was going. Did I have to put you back in a random place? Right, okay, we'll go through here, go up there. See, I spotted the chest really early on and then took too many turns. So, oh, we already figured this is pointless, didn't we? Yeah. Oh, we can't go that way, so we need to wait for this to come back up. We'll go down there. That's the plan. Ah. The amount of times I should have got that. Well, you know what? That's puzzle complete. So we've just got 2 puzzles left to do. One in which needs 1 more day's play, and the other needs just a lot of collecting springy bamboo. But we did it. It was annoying, but we did it. Right. So we're on 10 springy bamboo, which is good. So if we go to this little spout here. Oh, and there's already 2 in there. So we only need 8 more. We might be able to do this today. We should be able to finish this puzzle today. And then we've just got the capybara one, which we will do. We could do it tomorrow because we're already going to be on the game for the weekly reset. So we could do that tomorrow. That sounds like a plan. So let's go out of here. And I believe I need to go to the Frosted Heights. Because I know we gave this quite a long stream name today. Yeah, because it's Dreamlight Valley, tackling the floating event, and whatever the last bit is. I think the name of the stream might be a little bit too long, but we need to do Island Valley planning, because our Frosted Heights is all nice and all, but it's got a little bit weird, and I want to sort it out, I think. Because we have the Candyland area down here, which is all good. We've got Vanellope. But I'm not sure I want to keep the Candyland here anyway. So we're going to remove all the Candyland. We're going to remove the Candyland. I don't know what we're going to do with this space, but we're removing Candyland, because Candyland's going to move. Candyland is going to move because... Oops. Candyland's going to move because we're going to put that in the Wish Blossom Mountains. We're going to do an outdoor restaurant there like we've done in all the areas. That's the plan. Oops. So Candyland is going to be run by Vanellope and Tigger. When we do anything in Candyland, we're going to hope that Tigger's not around, because he is a very noisy character if you've got headphones on. Let me go to group mode, just so I can pick those up a bit easier, because they're really small. Right, so I am also just keeping an eye on the chat, so if anyone does want to say hello, please do. I am keeping an eye on the chat mostly. I might miss the odd message for a little bit, but I do try to keep up to date with it. Right, so we've got 4 rides in the Frosted Heights, which I think works. I like the little outdoor restaurant over here. I like this being here. I think it looks nice. But I think over here, I want to change it up. Sort the pathing out. And maybe get rid of some of these icicles around here, because it's a little bit awkward to get through. And then what we can do down here is we can have another house area. We can have another house somewhere in this area. We just need to figure out who. We need to figure out who should live in the forest. Because we obviously can't move everyone's houses. But who should we do living in the forest in this area? Because Vanellope's going to move. We've figured this one. Vanellope's moving. Stitch, I don't know. I don't know where to put Stitch. If anyone has any ideas... Oops. I just brought some back. Where do we put this house? Does anyone know? What do we do with Stitch's house? Because I don't want to say I don't like it, because I really like Stitch as a character. But I have no clue where to put this house. I have no idea what I want to do with it. Right, what houses do we have, though? It'd have to be someone who's not already here. I mean, Aurora wouldn't be out of place here. Aurora would be quite a nice villager to have in this area. With those trees, looks like it belongs on a beach. It does, but my beach is already decorated, and it's not going to fit Stitch, I don't think. But thank you for that, Fluky Gamer. Lovely to have people getting involved with the chat. Tinkerbo's house, I don't know. Just give me 1 second. Okay, right. So Tinkerbo's house could go in the forest. But I don't know yet. Because realistically, I'd want Tinkerbo to live with Peter Pan. And I don't actually know where Peter Pan's house is. Peter Pan's already in this village. But actually, look at Peter Pan's house. He's not living with Tinkerbell. They just don't have houses that fit together. So we'll keep Aurora here, and what we'll do is if we go over to the Pixie Acres, we'll put Vanellope in the Pixie Acres. So we'll go to the Sunday Shores. And we can put Vanellope in here. Vanellope can go live in the Sunday Shores area. There's an idea, actually. Stitch. Stitch, Stitch, Stitch. Where's Stitch? Where's Stitch's house? Right. Stitch's house. Actually, I think that looks quite nice, actually. To give Stitch his own area, rather than being on the Dazzle Beach with the other characters we've already placed there, we could put him on the Sunday Shores. Sounds like a clever idea. I like that. I like Stitch being there. We could put some nice furniture down for him. Vanellope's gonna live... Oops. Vanellope's gonna live over in... probably the... either the Honeypot Falls... or this area. Because... can we do a Candyland up here? It wouldn't be a very big Candyland. It wouldn't be the biggest Candyland. So what I'd say, actually... because how big's this area? This area is quite big, so I don't want the whole thing to be Candyland. So if we put Vanellope in this corner, and then we can make Candyland in here. Temporarily, I'm going to put this across here temporarily. So we're going to do that temporarily just to say where it's going to be. But I have plans for this. By the way, what is this? I think... Right, you know how I said I was going to do this? I was going to do stuff in the Frosted Heights of Forest. I'm thinking of getting ideas for Candyland, but I want to do that next week, I think. We'll do Candyland next week, I think. Will be a good idea. Because I have ideas, but what I'm going to do to follow through with the first idea. Candyland is going to go here. Oh, is that because this is... Hang on, no. Why is this... What's precisely in there that won't let it go this far back? Or this, like, there? Is there something for us to pick up right behind that? Let's have a look quickly. So we're doing some planning now, actually, with a Candyland. But part of what we need to do is figure out why this won't go further back. Is there something here that needs picking up? No, I don't know. I don't know. It just, for some reason, can't go quite where I wanted it, but it can go there, which is fine. So we can have this in Candyland, and then the other thing that I'm thinking is in here, if we go to all furniture, I'm going to have to try and find the crafting recipe that I need, which might be difficult. Right, okay, let me have a look. If we can't find it, we'll have to get the item from where we've already got it placed down, just to find what it's called. Because I don't know what it's called. What's it called? I realise I'm doing this and I'm not telling you what... I'm not... You guys probably don't know what I'm on about. Because I don't know what it's called, so I can't tell you what I'm thinking. Where is it? I really hope that I have this. I really hope that I have the recipe. Pixie Acres shelter building we can use, or the Pixie Acres awning. But they use a lot of pixie dust and a lot of copter seeds. And we can't do the shelter building because it uses yellow lilies, which we have a massive issue on getting. Right, so this one needs copter seeds and pixie dust, which is a lot easier. And that'll do quite nicely, and then we can also use other items to make this look like a Candyland. So that seems like a plan. So I say what we do, because the copper seeds you do just get through walking around. So I'm going to say, between this stream and next stream, I'm going to try and get a bunch of the copter seeds and a bunch of pixie dust to try and do one of the Pixie Acres shelter awning things, whatever they're called, and that should be good. We just need to... I was going to go to Christoph's stall because that might help get what we need. I mean, I also don't know if we have any of the awning around. If we have a Pixie Acres awning somewhere, we could just take it, provided it's not in use. Provided we don't actually need it. Where the hell do we need to go? Right, down here. That'll do. We'll take this building as well, actually. Can we move this? I want to know. Can we move this? No. Okay, that's a shame. But there is a copter seed in here, so let's grab that. And I will grab the yellow lily of the valley because it will become very useful. Probably. Right. Is that's the shelter building, I think. I want to say that's the shelter building. Let me just go building for a minute. Building. Yeah, the Pixie Acres shelter building. And I'm guessing we don't have any of the awning. Awning. No. Okay. So I'm guessing we used the awning when we did the Peaceful Meadow stables then. Which is perhaps a little bit of a problem. Let's grab those. Alright, okay. I'm gonna probably fast travel if we can't get out of here quickly. If we can't figure out how to get through quickly, I might have to fast travel. Because it's quite awkward to get through here. Though I'm also thinking, what do we do with the Glamour Gulch? Because it's a nice place, but I don't know what to do with everything that's here. Because it's designed to be the fashionista of Cruella de Vil. This is Cruella de Vil's fashionista's domain. So I don't know what to do here with that. Oh, really, Goofy? Right, we're going to have to go over here and wait for Goofy. We're going to have to wait for Goofy because he's blocking the way. He's blocking the way between the Glamour Gulch and the Wish Blossom Ranch. Is he moving yet? Yeah, we can't get through. Goofy. Yeah, Goofy's blocked us in. Right, okay, let's just fast travel. We will fast travel because Goofy's blocked us in like a prisoner in the gulch. Which we don't need. Right. We need to go back through here, though. So this is where Tiana's is. Because this is the market area of the ranch. Which is obviously why we have over here Christoph's stall. But he seems to never have anything useful for us. We'll grab the dry wood, we'll grab the rusty hinge and that, but it's not quite what we're after. Like, can you not sell some copter seeds or something for us? Right. Let's go back to the Frosted Heights. We'll do the work over there on planning things out. And then if we have time, we'll go back to the Sunday Shores beach line. Do a bit of the work for Stitch. Give him a nice area. And that should be quite good. Because I'm thinking for Stitch what we could do is we can give him the Hawaiian house. We can put that on the beach where Stitch is. Seems like a nice idea. And I think because we turned this into a Candyland originally, and it's no longer that, I think what we need to do is do some reforestation. Because this is now a bit bland. And this is a bit chaotic. So I think what we need to do is go into here and do some cleaning up. So I'm happy for that to stay there and that to stay there. That's fine because it makes a nice fountain. But we need to clear these so we can have the path going through. The path can go up here. That needs to go. We need to clean up any night thorns. Because night thorns, we don't want those in the theme park. So we're going to clean this up. Neaten all the area up. And make the whole theme park work much better than it is currently. Because through different tasks on the events and that, we've kind of let the theme park get a little bit overrun with chaos. So we need to bring it back under control. And we need to sort this out. So, hello to everyone that is just joining the stream. Hoping you are having a good day. Please feel free to put a message in chat. How are we doing? Right. So let's finish clearing up all these night thorns. And we will hopefully get this to work. And we're going to base this kind of on... when we had, a few years ago, we had the Disney Parks Star Path. Which had some really nice items in it. And I think that would be good. I think it'd be good to have some of the items from the Disney Parks set in here. Because like, this fountain just does not need to be there. It's in a very silly place. And seriously, how do we get out of here? This is the issue. The whole system just doesn't work. And we need this to work. But the main issue is, first and foremost, is collecting all the night thorns. Right, there we go. We've sorted the night thorns. So let's go into the furniture mode. Because what I actually want to do is, if we use the forest as a storage place for now, we need to pick up the herbs. We need to... Oh no, I do not want to talk to you, Olaf. I forgot your name. I forgot Olaf's name. Right, we don't need to talk to Olaf. Right, what we're going to do is with these... do we have another one of those? I don't think we do. Let me have a look. So they're called the City Centre. So we'll just take City. all? No. Right, okay. Because I'm maybe thinking we get a few of those. And then if we remove that while we're here, we'll get a few of the city centres and let's make this look really, really nice. And I say we also need to make a Frosty Stables for Sven. Sven needs a Frosty Stables. You know, I'm actually really enjoying. I'm really liking having the plaza be so much more open. That we did it a few weeks ago, but I'm enjoying having the plaza be so open. It's a really nice thing. Right, where's Scrooge's shop? This one. So I've not confirmed the schedule for next week. We will look to confirm the schedule soon for next week. I could turn my game audio off for a minute. So yeah, we'll look to doing that next week. For next week, we'll look to get that sorted. Because at the minute, I don't know quite what I want to, when I'm going to stream. I know kind of when I want to stream. I have all of that idea. I just need to figure out how that's going to work. I'm also going to buy a canoe, I think. What's that? We don't need that. We could buy either a natural wood bench, or we'll get this, actually. What's that? Basic plush bear, no, right. Let's focus on something that's not what we're not doing. So, we've got to buy that, sorry. I need to focus. Come on, focus. Focus, right. Oh. The flower shop front. I like that, actually. I like how we're still not focusing on what we're wanting to find. Right. Okay, right. What's this? Cafe display case. Okay, right.
Hey, over here.
Right, what we got? This is what we're after. So we've got the Arundellian City Centre and the small Arundel City Centre. I think we just go with the big one a couple of times. I say we do that. I'll turn the game audio up now because I've figured out what we want. Right. And the holiday market stall, I think that would work quite well in the area. And then what we want from there, I also think a hot cocoa stand. There's another thing that I want to order some stuff ready for next week. When we're doing all the work in the Pixie Acres next week, I'm making Candyland, and also, if we get time today, we're going to do it. We're going to sort the area for Stitch. And so I'm looking for something in here. I might just go with, in here, Lilo and Stitch. So we can go with some Darkwood picnic tables. We'll go with one of those. Get some of these chairs. A lifeguard's chair would be good, and then this is what we need. What's this? Okay, that's the shave ice. Okay. We'll grab 5 of those. We need like 10 of these. And then we can go 3 of those. Right. There we go. We have the plans for today, and we are working on plans for next week. work on plans for next week. This is all going well. So we've got plans working now, which is good. But let's go back up here. We're going to move Woody back up into the Frosted Heights at some point. Because we're trying to work on having 3 villager houses in each area. So if we were to go over here then. We want to centre that. I think we're going to get rid of the path for now. I also realise, actually, I need to remove another icicle. I need to remove another block of ice. Okay, right, let's go over here then. So we've got rid of that. Is that going to be enough, or do we need to get rid of the other one? Because I'm thinking we need to get rid of the other one. Okay. Right, so the thought is we're going to have this area as the area where obviously we've got the Arendelian castle for Anna, Kristoff, all of that. I want to just put that there, I think. And the entry to it is going to be the Arendelle city centres. Can I place that there? Not quite. Can I do a smaller tree? Like, what are these? Could these go in? Not quite. Ah, it's not good. Because that can't go any further there. And I want it to be central, is the issue. If it did need to be centralised, I'd just shift that across. Then that's not too bad. And then would we be able to get that in? No. But we could get a small tree in like this, yeah? Yeah. Good. Right. Hang on, no. We need to do this carefully. Because we need to make sure this looks good. And then, do we have any, like, wood plank path? Not on us. We have the Alpine cobblestone path. I mean, that works, actually. That looks quite nice. So then, right. So we have this area all working nicely. I'm maybe going to just fill this little area in over here. Just kind of fill it in with some trees. Make that look nice and decorated. We're going to, I think, move that across. Move that back a bit, like to there. Is that a part of that? Yeah. Right, okay, we need it to actually... I want this to face this way, actually. Just so that we have the gate at the front. That's a good idea, I think. And then we've got the big wheel there. We've got the Dumbo ride. And then we've got the Slinky Dog ride. Which I think... I'm kind of thinking, do I want the Slinky Dog right here? No. I also think I want to decorate inside of these a bit. Oh, the miniature castle can't go in those. Okay, well the miniature castle is not going to get used then. Right. So we can have a snowman in there. We could put a little table in there and a snowman in this one. And then I think, can we put a fountain in here? No, that's annoying. I want to put a fountain in there. Okay. Could we put any of this in here? Yeah. So I'm going to say we actually want to make the market area. I think the market area would be really cool to have in here. So I think it'd be nice to have like little market stalls around the Arendelian city centres. That would be nice. We could put the little like blue crystal thing in there. And then we have this as well. Which I think I have a plan for that. I might put this here. Okay, right. What's stopping this from being placed? Okay, right. Can I now... Now that we can see where it's going, I want to put that, like, there. If we clear this up, what can we do? So we've cleared that. I want to get rid of this. So let's go out here. Follow how we want the path to kind of go. And get rid of the big icicle there. And then I'm thinking we're going to swap the Dumbo ride and the Slinky ride. Because I want a ride that's going to set people going upward. Right. But I think we want that to be not too in the way. So maybe over here. Because the star attraction in this area is, of course, the castle. The castle is the starring attraction for this part of the theme park in the Frosted Heights. The castle is the attraction. So let's do that. Right. If we put the castle like there, we can hide that entrance off while still keeping it usable. And then, actually, I will do that actually. Because I'm thinking we can have a little throne out here. We can have a throne as if it was a meet and greet with Anna. who's living in the castle. We have the icy fountain. And we of course have the Christmas tree. And then let's go with the star paths. The Winter Warmth 2025. So we have a nice fire pit which we could use. We want the festive food truck. Right, we have the holiday market chair, which I'm not sure we need. We want the holiday market stall, I think. That could go over here. We could put a little lamppost in there. I don't think we want that. The holiday lights entryway, I don't think we want that. We do have an enchanted fireplace, but I think that would suit more of an indoors. And I don't think we're going to add another house in here. I mean, the most we'd do is add the Snowdrop Castle. But I think that would overshadow from the castle. I think if we were to add the Snowdrop Castle, I think it would take away from Anna and Kristoff's palace. So I don't think we want that. Personally, I think it'd be better to go without the Snowdrop Castle, I think. And then we can actually put, if we put the Christmas tree there, actually, we could put the Christmas tree there with the igloo, leaving the fountain there. And we can have this as a nice winter market area. Because it's in the frozen kind of, it's in the Frosted Heights. So it kind of fits being more Christmassy themed for a permanent time of the year. So if we were to put that there, let's move that to there. We could actually, no, I want that angled. Want to do that. And then can we move that across? Centralize that. And then we can put a little market stall there. And then we got the hot cocoa. Let me just go hot C. Hot cocoa stand. Put a hot cocoa stand in there as well. There we go. So that works, I think. That works for that area. It kind of has something going on, but it's not overpowering. It's not too much here. And you could get through quite easily. That was what I wanted. Because I don't want too much in the area. Though I'm now maybe thinking we could put the little blue crystal there. And then this one has not too much design. I think I'm happy with that. And then we want like the... let me go back to the star paths. Pixar Fest. Nope. Which one's it from? Which stop? Is it the Wonder of Pixar? No. Trying to figure out which star path the rides are from. It might be the day at Disney. Or Disney Parks. It's not Disney Parks. Is it a day at Disney? No. Okay, why can we not find this? Unless the Slinky Dog wasn't from one of the star paths. Might be what the Centennial. And that's the only one I could think it'd be from then. No, okay. Let's just go. I don't even know what it's called. Is it like dog? If it's like dog. Slinky Dog Zigzag Spin. Let's put that there for a minute because I need to go and do the diggy spots. We could grab that. And now we get to see this in first person.
Over here.
Right. And then in a minute we can start working on the kind of path through, I think. We can figure out how the path will work going through. And we'll keep the area back here for like the trees and that. Just to make it work as best it can. But we should now be able to put the we should now be able to put like the ride as far back as possible. I mean, I'm designing this to be like a Disney themed theme park, but I've never been to Disneyland, so I don't really know what it's like. But we're kind of basing it to look somewhat how I imagine it would look. And I want to put this like here, I think. And then we have that like that now. That's all nice. I like that. What do we think to that? Do we like how that's organised in terms of the rides over there? What do we think? I think it looks good. I might grab this blue crystal that I moved around like 4 times. I'm going to move it again. I'm going to stick that like here if I can. Stick that there to make that look nicer. And then let's make the path kind of go through. The path doesn't need to connect up with all the rides. It just needs to kind of work. Oh, I wanted to keep that. I wanted to keep the ice, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to keep the big ice structure there, because it's kind of going to mess the path up a little bit. Right. We could do that and have the path not kind of go back together, back on the other side. So we can make it seem like it's intentionally going off a bit. Why could that? Oh, I've run out of the thing. I need to craft some more path. Right. So if we go down here to paths, We have a lot of random paths. And we want the snowy brick road. We'll make 100 of it because we use it a lot anyway. And we can still make the sugar cookie pavement, which we might need. We might need to make some more sugar cookie and Lux sugar cookie pavement. We might need some more of those. Okay. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. As we kind of go through the other things that we are doing. And because this is kind of the main way out, we're going to make that a wider path. Can I can. Can we do that? Yeah, we'll go. Just to make it kind of curve better. Can you do... Oh, we can do diagonal paths. See, that'd be interesting to see how that works. But we could do that with the path. To have it lead off over to... the area there. And we will again add the corner piece like that. Right, okay. Can we have the path go down here? We can, aside from the fact there's a herb in the way. So we can go along here. If we go along there. And then we can take that up like this. And we'll just extend that over to there. And then the path would come out down here. At the Arendelle city centres. So let's do this path. Can we do that yet? I want to make it 4 wide. I'm thinking. I think 4 wide would work. 4 wide I think works best. I'm just trying to think about how we want the path to go. I think it's going to go... it could go like that, actually. And then this one we'll do 3 wide. We're out of path again, which is annoying. So if we take that down to there, and then we'll just have the path go along to the castle. I think that will work. Can we do that? And then kind of bring that up a bit. Or actually, we could put that around the side of the ride. That works better, I think. I think that works better. So let's craft some more path.
Hi, Olaf here. I'd love to talk.
Because it makes sense within what we're creating for you to have that. Snowy brick road. 40 might do it. I don't know. I'm now trying to be conservative because we've not got too much snowballs. Because we made so much of this path in the past. For different projects, I'm trying to not use too much. Right, if I was to go over here, onto this one, toggle diagonal. Okay. Let's not go with diagonal. Nope. Nope. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Let's make another couple, paths. Right, we'll make another, like, 56. Just to try and get it to work as best we can. Where the hell are we meant to be? Right, okay, here. So we're gonna keep this path going. And then if we do that, just to kind of figure out how we're going to get this to work. We're still needing more path. This is using much more path than I had anticipated. But I'm nearing the end of how much we're going to use, I think. Don't think we're going to need too much more. Because we need to kind of bring the path to there better. There we go. The path works. The path works. The path now goes all the way to the castle. And then we can actually put that there. I think. And then can we do that? There we go. And then we will just actually changing my mind. We could put the Christmas tree there. And then do we have in here, is there anything like, oh, we could do some like snow frosted stones. But like they're very big. They're bigger than I thought. So let me move that out of the way. And then we can kind of put that there. Move more flowers out of the way. And then could we do that and then put that like put that like that. Just give me a second. Okay, right. So, I just had to check something. Right, so, if we do that, we can put this over there. And then we can have a little snowman there, guarding Anna's chair. And then we will put that like that, I think. There we go. What do we think to that? I think that works. It kind of has the path going across like this. We'll go in the first person mode to check it out. We need to go to the entrance. Oh, we didn't do the stable for Sven, actually. So you're going to come up. So this is the entrance you get. So we're going to come into here. Oh, I didn't replace down Woody's house. I kind of did the whole design and forgot Woody needs his house. I may have filled in the whole area for where Woody can actually live. We may have messed up because I forgot about Woody. And there's no way I can fit this anywhere else. A lot of people say they don't like this house. So I came up with an idea for it and then I've just messed up my own idea. Realistically, I think I'd have him... Okay, I've come up with an idea, I think. It might work, it might not. Because we're going to go on the idea of it being a carousel. That's what we're working on. We're working on the fact that this house is a carousel. But I kind of want it to be not quite fully visible. Or not like quite as prominent. Right, can we... Okay. Right, so we could put it there. Which is pretty prominent, to be fair. But it's not too bad. And that has to stay like that. Okay. So that works. We could just, because it's on the path, we'll just do that. Just so the path kind of goes into there. There we go. That, I think that works. I just want that to twist around, but I can't get it to work how I want it to. Does this work? Right. How are we going to do this? I might bring that forward anyway. We could take that across a little bit. Just kind of because it gives us a little bit more room here. I think the footprint of Woody's house is actually maybe annoyingly bigger than it needs to be. Because I actually think I would prefer these things to not always be like really central. Because I think it works best if it kind of looks the right way. The other option of what we could do is if I move this to here for a second. we could put... We could put the kind of Ferris wheel here. Let me move the wood. The wood could go on the path because that's fine. And then... instead of hiding all the kind of fruit trees away, we could just put them in here. So we could have them circle around the outdoor restaurant area. So if we do that, and then we can hopefully place the Slinky Dog ride in here. I mean, that fits. Is there any way that I could get it to... No. Okay. But it kind of fits. It fits there. Though I'm thinking we're probably going to have to get rid of that icicle. Even though I wanted to keep it, we might have to get rid of it. Because I'm kind of a bit concerned it's just in the way. So I've had another thought. I've had another thought on how to make Woody's house not be quite so prominent. Because his house is really large and a little bit weird on the colours. If we move that around there, and then move Woody's house for a second, pull that across to there. I was gonna try and hide the... Okay. I think we're definitely gonna have to get rid of the icicle. We've removed a lot of the ice, which I didn't want to do, but it's kind of just design-wise, it's the best we have. It's the best we can do for the design. We could just keep like snowy stones and that. And then we can hopefully put that in there. Let me grab the hardwood and put that on the path. Come on. Please. There we go. Can I kind of shift it across a bit? Nope. That'll. And then we can have that like that. And then that there. And that I think looks quite nice. Having it all go around there, I think works. Because then we can go with some like flowers. We can then put flowers across. Just to make it look a bit nicer. So we can put some of these down because we've not got like any of these. And then we can kind of keep the area decorated. Then what do we have in here? Is there anything else we have that we think would work? Is there anything else we think might work? I mean, we have another Cinderella's Tea Party. Which, aside from having a really big footprint, because it's designed for kind of having people spawn in for it, I might put Cinderella's Tea Party in there just as a nice kind of thing. And then kind of just to liven the area up a bit in terms of like the entry area. I think I might move this fountain to maybe go there. And be a little bit twisted into there. And then how big's the shop front that we were on about? The flower shop front. It's quite small. So it kind of just slots in there. And then what we can actually do, maybe. Can we actually stick that like there? And then maybe actually, if we, I'm gonna just keep moving like the hardwood around, because the hardwood's just in the way. But I don't want to keep coming in and out of the mode that we're in. So we would put that there, move the flower shop front to here. Move some more hardwood again. There we go. I think that's better. I think that works better. Just because it gives a little bit more space on each side. Rather than this one being on this side, which took up too much room there. I think this looks as best it can. And then the rest of the design can flow quite nicely then. So let's go into here, because we then need some benches. Can we could put a bench there actually. Because that looks quite nice. And then do we have any other chairs that fit the design? That's the other thing. Do we have chairs that fit the idea of what we've got? Let's have a look. Let's have a look through what we have. Right, let's just actually look in, like, seating. I mean, we have the red benches, so we could put some of those around. We could put some benches at the Ferris wheel. And then we could put some benches like here. There we go. I like this. So let's go through now. We'll go from like the opening part of where you'd go into the area. So you come in through here, through this little furniture piece here. You can go in. You can either go up here, which will take you to here, in which then you can go out here and straight into the castle area to get to Anna and that house. Or you can go out here. And you could actually go up this way through all the ride area, through Ride Central. You can head into the restaurant with a little squid serving your food. And then you could head out this way and over to the castle area, past a little like seating area here and into here. And I believe with the design we should still be able to access the majority of the mining spots. That one is just inaccessible, but never mind. And that's the only one that is. If you are wanting to see more of designs like this, please make sure you are subscribing to the channel. I do love doing designs like this, and we've got some coming up next week. Ready for... so we'll then have some more characters with their areas all sorted. And I'm thinking for this area, because it's just the forest, and the forest obviously doesn't need all that much to go in there. I'm kind of thinking that for the forest, what we will do is just do some reforestation. So if we go into here, go down to all the forest stuff, which is quite far down because of all the DLC. No, we don't want jungle stuff, we need the forest. I think it's the fir trees, yeah. We want a bunch of these. And then we could just do like a path through the forest. But I want to make it a little less dense as compared to the other one. Just so we can do a little bit more designing in the area. I think by using these trees, it actually looks quite nice. And then what I'm thinking is, rather than doing a like kind of large leaf strewn path, I'm going to do patches of 16 leaf path. Or we could do some that are smaller actually. And the idea is this will guide you up. So the idea is this can guide you up. Actually. So the idea will be it will take you over to the house. Let me go diagonal for this one. There we go. That works because it's kind of less precise. And then I'm going to go through and just take out like the odd corner. So like the odd corner piece, take those out. Just to make it look a little less precise. Just so it looks a little less like it's man-made. There we go. And then it takes you over to Aurora's house. And then what items do we have? She can have a little horse topiary, and that'll be nice. And then we could put a little storyteller's fire in the center. And just make this area look as nice as can be. I might even give her a little carriage. We could give her a little carriage. Just really to make it look as nice as possible. And an area fit for a princess. We'll put a suit of armor up at her in the area. We could put some in the forest. We'll put one like there. And then what other items do we have? Just kind of because it's funny. We could do... The carriage could be being taken down the path by the dragon. For no reason other than that's the only kind of animal thing that I have. And then... Is there anything else that we can have that we think would work in this area? Could put some plants in. I think other than that, it's kind of like we've not got much that I'd put there, so I think that works. So let's go back into first person again, so we can kind of go through. So yeah, it's not a dense forest, so you can see exactly where it's taking you. However, I think I just want to clear this space a little bit. Just so we can, like, move this back a little bit. And then... if we do that, I think that works better. And then we'll just do that with the, like, leaf stream path. Just say it's up this way. And that's quite cool. So she's got a little fire pit for storytelling. In her garden, like, foresty area. And then what I'm also going to do is if you go through the forest here, I'm going to do a little bit more path. That's just going to be a little bit of it, and then we could turn it into the alpine cobbles. Just to kind of indicate that you're going somewhere different. And then the alpine cobbles could go right up to the door. And then for this area, I'm thinking that instead of doing the normal trees that we've been using a lot in this area, can I get like a small tree? We're gonna surround this area in the little trees from the Wish Blossom area, just because they look much nicer, I think. It looks nicer and kind of keeps with the design a little bit more. And then we could kind of have just dotting around this path. We can have the little other trees, and then we'll put some of these other normal green trees in here, just to try and hide the other area with it being so close. So if we do that, and then hide it a little bit more in here, and then I'm just gonna add a few more trees, just because it's a very sparse forest. And then to make it a little bit more like a forest, we'll add some different trees in that are a slightly different height. Just to kind of add a little bit more detail to it. And then now, how does it look? So you're in here, you can instantly tell that there's something going on amongst the trees. You can follow the path up this way, and then eventually you can take the diversion up here to go to Elsa's little icy domain, or you go back down here. You could go up here past the fire dragon and over to Aurora's house. Now that is the idea. So that's what we've got for now in this area. We won't start working on Stitch's area today, but what I want to do ahead of next week is I want to get rid of all the balloons in the, like, along the beach in the Sunday Shores. I think that's probably the best option. So, like, down here, I would want to remove the balloons that are there. I don't know if we're going to need all the balloons, but okay, it doesn't actually look like it's even going to give us the balloons, so we just kind of need to mine up all of these, just so we can make the area for Stitch here, which is going to be his little island retreat. And then, yeah, we've got the Candyland to do as well, so we will do all that. And then we still need to, before the next star path, we need to do like a quest to get memories. We need a memory quest, so that might be the streams for the next couple of weeks. Do some more design next week, and then we might go on a memory quest, and then we will stay tuned. Later this year, we'll probably get another DLC, I imagine, which we will of course be buying straight away as soon as it releases. We will have it. We will hopefully be live when that happens. That usually happens like around November time. But that'll be fun. We'll have a few streams of doing that as well as the Star Path when that's on. So that will be all good. So that'll be what we have at the end of the year. But we've cleared out all of those. We'll clear out the, like, bin bags that are here. I don't know what they're meant to be. I think they're actually meant to be blueberries. They just look weird. Are they in... I think they're in underbrush. Giant... yeah, they're giant decorative blueberries, but they look kind of, like, weird. So we've got that. We're going to head over to the island, I think. Springtime Floating Island. We'll head over there. Just so that we can see if we can get some more springy bamboo. Just so we can finish that task on here. And then, yeah, as I say, we will, of course, go and do the capybara for the next few days. Oh, well, tomorrow I will do it, probably on video. Just so that's there for the weekly reset. And we are now, like, oops. And we are now just 5 away on the springy bamboo. And then, yeah, we just need to do the capybara task. Which will be all good. Though, should we, while we have, like, a little moment on the stream. Why is it on the wish blossom? Right, memories. It's this one. So, where do we think that's going to be? I actually think I know where that is. That is going to be... Hang on. I say I think that I know where that's going to be. Ah, it's going to be over here. It's going to be in this area. Is where you're going to get the capybara reward. I think it's going to be over here. But let's go back to the valley. And we'll see if our pumpkins need watering or harvesting. Because that's always a good way to get the memories. And then we will probably, this will probably be the last thing we do, because we are approaching the 2-hour mark. And then, yeah, we will get to, we'll probably sort some more stuff out on getting the orbs in a couple of weeks. Because I think, how long have we got on the star path? 20 days. So we've got about like 3 weeks on that. Which means there will probably be another update coming very soon. And I've not been keeping up to date on what Gameloft have been posting about the game, so I don't know if they've given any hints about what is to come in the next update. We will see. But what I will also do, I think, is I will schedule the next stream for Dreamlight as soon as I know when it's going to be. I will schedule it on my channel. And then what will happen is I'll put the schedule up on the post as usual at the end of the week, and then you'll eventually be able to see the stream pop up after the Lego Fortnite stream next week. Because I've already got the Pokopia stream tomorrow set up on the YouTube studio, but it's currently set to private so that no one can see it. Just so that when people like come to click on the streams, there's not multiple streams that are there. It makes it just easy to find which one is the correct stream. I'm also going to re-dig up this space because we need to plant something. So we're going to sort this out, and then we'll go and grab whatever random plants we have, seeds we have, just to end the stream with us doing some planting. Oops. And just so that our kind of planting garden is actually fully planted. Because for a while it's not been fully planted. So we need to get it planted. And then that'll be good for when we do the quest to get memories. Quest for memories, which, yeah, will be probably in 2 weeks. And then that will hopefully get us enough memories to do the whole of the next star path. Because obviously the next star path is probably going to start in about 3 or 4 weeks. So that's always going to be important to note. Let me just get myself sorted to dig up here. Because, yeah, the star paths are generally pretty constant. And that's obviously a warning for anyone who hasn't got finished the star path. You do only have a limited time left. So you got 20 days to finish it, which is plenty of time. You can do it in 20 days. Even if you haven't started the star path yet, you can do it in the remaining time. You absolutely can. We did it within 2 weeks of the thing starting, so there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to do the star path. You should get it done. It's really easy. Won't take too long. I believe all of me doing the star path is on the channel, so if there is any point where you want to see how quickly you can do it, it is all on the channel. I think you could do it in literally about 5 hours. It literally takes about 5 hours to do. So it's definitely not gonna be too bad to do. And of course, when the next star path does start, we will absolutely do it as quick as we can. Just so we aren't just doing endless star path streams. And you get a bit of this, but we get to do some designing. Which will be very good. Because I do enjoy doing the designing. We're not kind of intent to design the whole valley really quickly, you know. Though a lot of the valley is done and is decorated, we still have all the DLC areas, so we still have all of those to kind of decorate. Oops. So we will hopefully do all that. And then probably by the time the next DLC releases, yeah, maybe by the time the next DLC releases, we might have decorated most of the valley. But we do obviously take breaks for the different events, and for the different seasons, we take a break to decorate the plaza for the different seasons. Like we will absolutely be decorating ready for Halloween later in the year, and we will decorate for summer soon, in a couple of weeks. In a couple of weeks we will be decorating for summer in our plaza, so make sure you stay tuned for that. That will be in probably about 4 or 5 weeks, I think. More likely about 4 weeks we'll start decorating for summer, which will be very, very fun to do. But I believe that is about time for me to end the stream today. So we've obviously done we've always done a bit of work on the floating festival. We've done the voting on the dream snaps. If you do want to see my dream snaps entry, we did it in a video a couple of days ago. I think I went up yesterday actually. And then tomorrow we will have the weekly reset video, so make sure you check that out. And we of course did redesign part of the Frosted Heights and part of the Forest of Valor to make that even better. And we are still collecting the springy bamboo just to finish this, because we haven't played much off stream as much as we should have done. But we are now only we only need like 3 more. So we need 3 more, so that will be done tomorrow. Tomorrow that will be done. But with that, thank you very much for joining me today. If you have enjoyed, please make sure you do like the stream and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.